Previously on the Celebrity World Championship.
As for today's match, we have the cosmic outlaw and lover of all things from the 80s, Star-Lord, taking on the dark side's fearsome commander and the former Jedi turned Sith Lord, Darth Vader.
I summon Cosmo Wicked Witch in attack mode. And with her special ability, by banishing her from the field, I can special summon Cosmo Slip Rider.
Well, maybe it's time you learned what it means to have friends who've got your back. I activate my trap, Eternal Bond.
Never heard of it.
Then clean out the wax in your ears, because this'll blow your mind. It's like you said, right? Honesty looks great on me. And it'll look even better when I activate the effect of Honest from my hand.
Not that.
And you know what that means.
I will not allow a failure like you to best me. Do you know who I am?
I don't give a shit who you are. Now wipe out his life points, Prime Photon Dragon with Eternity Photon Stream.
Darth Vader put up a dominant early performance, but it seems the Sith Lord just couldn't bring down the Star Rogue, as Star-Lord will be advancing on to the next round to take on Donald Trump.
There is no next turn!
What do you mean?
Because my Chaos Giant can attack every monster on your field.
But that's you can't.
Rest easy, Benny boy. Your death shall be avenged.
You know that he's not actually dead, right?
I'm honestly more surprised he even remembers what day it is today.
God damn it! You two are ruining my dramatic monologue.
I'm not sure I'd call talking to yourself a monologue.
I don't know, Barack. I think the line's pretty thin.
Oh, don't you start.
Why the hell are you two even here?
We came to see how you were preparing before your big match with Ultron, of course.
So how are you feeling, Joe? Ready to take it to that hunk of junk?
I was born ready, Bill. I'll show that outdated Flexbot what it means to mess with Uncle Joe.
That's the spirit. I'm sure our student would be proud to hear that.
Where is our star pupil, by the way? Don't tell me Hillary's still sulking about her loss to Trump.
Oh, she's way past sulking. She's locked herself in her room and has been practicing nonstop after Trump humiliated her on national TV.
Jeez. Dramatic much? I know she lost and all, but she held her own, didn't she?
That's not the problem, Joe. It's what he said during the match.
I'm drawing a blank here.
Shocker.
Both of you can suck it.
Remember, Joe, he told Hillary that she missed her chance to win the duel if she attacked his Dictator of D.
But he conveniently forgot to mention that Dictator's effect allows it to redirect an attack to another Blue Eyes, which means...
She would have wound up attacking his twin burst dragon regardless, huh? What an asshole.
What else is new?
Don't you worry about Hillary, though. She'll bounce back like she always does. Just focus on your match, Joe. This will be the toughest duel of your life.
Keep your cool and don't fall for his taunts. You know he gets off on that shit.
Don't worry, guys. He may have his supercomputer knowledge, but he doesn't have the heart or the spirit of an American.
That doesn't really mean much nowadays, does it?
Quiet.
Defeat him, Joe. For family.
For family.
For family.
For family. Sorry, I heard family and just, anyway, good luck, Joe.
Who the hell was that?
Just some guy from a dying franchise. Anyway, good luck, Joe. We're all behind you.
Show him what the Bidenator can do.
Oh, trust me, fellas. I intend to.
Good evening, you dueling degenerates. Welcome back to another dope-ass episode of the Celebrity World Championship, hosted by that fat orange donut, Donald Trump. It's your boy, JB, on the mic, as we're switching things up a bit for today's show. That cool with you, Tom?
You already stole my donuts, so why not? You know, while we're at it, would you like my parking space as well?
I'm sensing a lot of resentment from you today.
You don't say.
Is that sarcasm?
Of course not. I couldn't possibly be holding a grudge against someone who refuses to leave my creamy glazed donuts alone.
Okay, I'll admit. It was kind of fucked up of me to do that to you. How about this? If I get you a bag of them tomorrow, will that make up for it?
I mean, it'd be a start.
Then consider it done, buddy. Now how about you stop whining like a bitch so we can get down to business?
Sounds good, my friend. I can't wait to wait, what did you just call me?
So yesterday's episode featured the intergalactic clash of titans between Darth Vader and Star-Lord as those two lit up the dueling stage for a spot in the semifinals. And let me tell you folks, That shit had more twists and turns than a pretzel factory. Wouldn't you agree, Tom?
Yeah, definitely. It was a duel that had us on the edge of our seats as Star-Lord was able to mount an incredible comeback against Vader's relentless assault.
Speaking of assault, how's Star-Lord doing after Vader was chasing his ass through the studio yesterday?
Thankfully, we were able to calm Vader down before things got out of hand, and Star-Lord's doing just fine. Although, I was rather puzzled by what Vader was saying to himself.
What'd he say?
He just kept mumbling something about dark side and money with a trembling voice.
Huh. Wonder what's that about? Well, whatever. Let's forget all that and talk about the grudge match that's been festering between that Decepticon reject Ultron and our very own Bidenator.
Indeed. Ever since Ultron defeated Ben Shapiro and left him comatose, Biden has set his sights on taking the mechanical menace down.
And he ain't the only one. After what he did to my boy Mike Tyson, even I've got a bone to pick with him.
Rightfully so. Ultron has threatened to wipe out humanity if he wins the tournament, so it's safe to say everyone should be rooting against him.
Well, not everyone. You see, I kinda invited an old friend of mine as a guest, and he's fully on board the Ultron bandwagon.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. Don't tell me it's George Bush again.
Even better, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to none other than Richard Nixon's head, straight from the year 3000.
A pleasure to be here, Jamie.
What the? When did you even set this up? And how do you two even know each other?
Oh, me and Richie over here go way back. Ain't that right?
Indeed. I'll never forget our first meeting at Frank Sinatra's shindig back in 1999. What a magical night.
Should have been there, man. We went wild that day.
Oh, so wild.
I don't even want to imagine the kind of trouble you two caused, so I'm just going to take over now. In today's match, we have the President of the United States, Joe Biden, taking on the cold, calculating automaton known as Ultron. Tell us, Mr. Former President, what makes you have so much faith in Ultron?
Oh, it's simple. Ultron represents the kind of ruthless efficiency and uncompromising vision that humans often lack that will edge out Biden's skill. Besides, Nixon always wins.
You my boy and all, Richie, but sorry. I'm siding with the Bidenator on this one. His elemental hero deck is gonna send those metal scraps straight to the garbage compactor.
I'd have to agree with you there, JB. I believe Biden will finally put an end to Ultron's terror.
Aroo! I guess I'll enjoy watching you both eat your words like Lyndon B. Johnson did in 1964.
Well, we'll just have to see, won't we? Now then, are both contestants ready to begin?
Let's get to it.
Proceed with the match.
Then, without further ado, it's time to duel.
Duel!
Ah, Mr. President, I'd say it's an honor to meet you, but we both know that'd be a lie.
Cut the bullshit, Rust Bucket. I'm gonna make you pay dearly for what you did to Benny Boy.
Ben Shapiro, is it? I wasn't aware you held him in such high regard. If I had, I would have given him a far quicker death than the one he so richly deserved.
That's where you're wrong, Ultron. Benny Boy's still with us, and when he wakes up, he's gonna hear about how I beat the oil out of your circuit board. And just what the hell's so funny?
The fact that you honestly believe you stand a chance against me. I'm an indestructible, self-learning artificial intelligence, while you're nothing but a decrepit old man who's far past his expiration date.
Maybe so. But you know what they say, it's not the years that's important. It's the mileage.
Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but the only thing you've been driving is this country into the ground. Between you and your dimwit of a predecessor, I'll be doing America a favor by exterminating the both of you.
I think we've all heard enough out of you, Metal Mouth. So make your first move already. Or do you intend on talking me to death all day?
Tempting, but unnecessary. I prefer a more hands-on approach to your imminent disposal. So I'll gladly heed your request and begin this duel by activating the spell supply squad. Now, once per turn, if a monster I control is destroyed, I can draw a card from my deck. Next, I'll be activating the field spell, Gear Town. And with this in play, all ancient gear monsters now require one less tribute in order to be summoned. But I think it'd be more enlightening if I simply showed you as I now summon ancient gear Gadgetron Chimera in attack mode. I'll then set these two cards face down on the field and end my turn.
It's my draw. You sure do love your machines, don't you, metalhead? I can't imagine why. They're nothing more than cold, unfeeling hunks of scrap. But since you seem to like them so much, I'm going to show you what happens when one of them gets too close to the sun as I activate E emergency call. This will let me grab Elemental Hero Blazeman from my deck. I'll then summon my Blazeman, and with his special ability, I can grab a polymerization to my hand.
As predictable as always.
The best things in life usually are, you glorified toaster. But don't take my word for it. See for yourself as I activate polymerization to fuse Elemental Hero Blazeman and Elemental Hero Shadow Mist in order to summon Elemental Hero Nova Master. And since Elemental Hero Shadow Mist hit the grave, its special ability lets me grab another Elemental Hero to my hand.
Retrieve your entire deck if you want. It won't make a difference.
I'd have to disagree with you there, RoboCop. I always make a difference.
COVID would beg to differ.
Okay, that's it. Battle! Turn his ancient chimera into a pile of scrap Nova Master. And when Nova Master destroys a monster, its effect allows me to draw another card.
You aren't the only one who draws strength from destruction, as thanks to Supply Squad, I also am allowed to draw. That was rather reckless of you, Mr. President. Were you not fearful of my face downs?
I fear many things, Ultron. Clowns at midnight, pistachio-flavored ice cream, another season of Game of Thrones. But your sorry excuse of a back row ain't one of them.
Is that a fact? Ben Shapiro made the same foolish assumption, and look at what happened to him.
I think you might need to upgrade your software if you seriously think me and Benny Boy are on the same level.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker!
So is ripping off audio bites. But I've burnt your ass enough for now. So I'll set this card face down and let you take a swing.
I draw. I'm curious to see how you'll talk your way out of this one as I reveal my trap, Ancient Gear Reborn. And like a phoenix from industrial ashes, my Ancient Gear Gadgetron Chimera can rise once again with an added power boost. Next, I'll be summoning Ancient Gear Wyvern to the field. And when Wyvern is summoned, its special ability allows me to retrieve Ancient Gear Fusion to my hand.
It's only your second turn, and yet your hand's looking pretty empty there compared to mine. What's the matter, running low on juice?
I manage my resources better than any stimulus package you could muster, Mr. President. And I'll prove it by activating the spell Iron Draw, allowing me to draw 2 cards from my deck, since I control exactly 2 machine monsters on the field.
That's a rather steep drawback, Metalhead. The cost of Iron Draw means you can't special summon more than once for the rest of this turn.
Once is more than enough, as I'll now be synchronizing my Wyvern and my Chimera in order to link summon my Ancient Gear Ballista. Now, since Ballista was summoned, I can retrieve an Ancient Gear monster to my hand. And when Ancient Gearbox is added directly to my hand, its ability lets me grab another Ancient Gear card. Go on. Tell me again how much I'm running out of juice.
Just make your damn move already.
Gladly. I now activate Ballista's second effect, allowing me to destroy a card on my field in order to reduce your Nova Master's attack to 0. Battle. Now destroy Nova Master, Ballista.
Not so fast, Rust Bucket. I'm activating my trap, Draining Shield. And with the power of Steve Rogers on my side, my shield not only negates your attack, but also absorbs the attack points of your monster as life points for me. Not bad for an old man, huh?
Hardly. You do well to savor those points, fool, because it won't be long until I'm draining every last one of them.
Hey, yo!
You know that's not what I meant.
Sure it isn't. I draw. I've played enough defense for now. It's time to turn up the heat and give this overgrown calculator a taste of his own medicine. I'm summoning Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier, and when Liquid Soldier hits the field, its ability lets me bring back my Elemental Hero Blazeman. And I'm sure you remember Blazeman's effect after being summoned, allowing me to grab another polymerization. It's time for a blast from the past as I activate polymerization to fuse my Blazeman and Liquid Soldier into one of my favorite homeboys, Elemental Hero Sunrise. And like his name suggests, for each hero monster on the field, he can raise the attack points of all heroes by 400 points. But that's not all he can do, as since Sunrise was summoned, its ability lets me grab a Miracle Fusion to my hand. Now let's drop some good old-fashioned American justice on your ass as I activate R the Righteous Justice. Now I can destroy as many spells and traps on your field as the same number of hero monsters I control. And since I have 2 heroes out, your trap and that face down are history.
My thanks, Mr. President. You did exactly what I needed you to do.
What?
I activate the quick play spell, Forbidden Droplet, and with this I can...
Hey, that's cheating! I thought we agreed to not use any meta cards.
Have you gone senile, old man? There was never such an agreement.
Damn, thought I had him there.
Now, before I was so rudely interrupted, Forbidden Droplet allows me to discard any number of cards I possess. And for each one I discard, I can select as many monsters you control and not only negate their effects, but also have their attack points for the remainder of the turn. So I'll be discarding a monster in my hand and my face-up trap in order to baptize both of your pathetic monsters.
Seriously? That was your big plan?
As clueless as always, your righteous spell card is still seeking another target since my trap card is no longer on the field, which means you have no choice but to destroy my field spell, Gear Town.
Wait, but since I destroyed Gear Town, that means...
Very good. Your dementia isn't as bad as I predicted.
Fuck you.
Now, since Gear Town was destroyed, its effect allows me to call forth Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon from my deck.
Christ almighty, that thing's even uglier than you are. Good thing it won't be around long enough for me to remember what it looks like.
And how exactly do you plan on doing that with your pitiful monsters?
Simple, with a good old fusion summon as I activate Miracle Fusion. Now, by banishing Nova Master along with every other hero monster in my graveyard, I can fuse them all together to bring out Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. And get this, not only does Wake Up gain 300 attack points for every hero used in its fusion, but when it destroys a monster in battle, you'll take direct damage equal to that monster's attack points.
You really are a nuisance.
The feeling's mutual, Toaster Oven. Now wake up, turn that dragon into scrap heap.
It's rather revolting seeing such a powerful monster stand next to such a pitiful one. You should honestly change its name from Sunrise to Sunset.
You think I'll sit here and let you talk smack about my homeboy? I guess you must have forgot about the honest Neos in my hand, which by discarding it, I can boost my Sunrise's attack by 2,500 points. Got anything else to say?
Just that I'm glad you're as susceptible to taunts as your race is to disease.
Just keep talking out of your circuits, Ultron, because soon, fear will be the only thing running through your wires.
I draw. You wish to teach me fear, do you? Human arrogance never ceases to amuse me. But worry not. I'll gladly be your instructor in the art of despair as I activate Ancient Gear Fusion. This allows me to fuse together my Ancient Gear Frame and my Ancient Gearbox in order to bring forth Ancient Gear Howitzer. I now activate Howitzer's special ability, allowing me to deal 1,000 points of direct damage to you.
That all you got, Terminator?
Oh, far from it. You aren't the only one who can banish cards in one's graveyard in order to fusion summon.
Oh, shit.
I activate Overlord Fusion. Now, by banishing 4 Ancient Gear monsters from my graveyard, I can call forth the unstoppable Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. Battle. Chaos Giant, eradicate his Sunrise. And since Chaos Giant can attack every monster on your field, your wake-up hero shall be joining your Sunrise. That will be all for now.
It's rare to see you fumble like that. If you had summoned your howitzer in attack position, you could have dealt a little more damage.
And allow you the opportunity to finish me off by attacking my weak monster. Not a chance.
Damn it. Nothing gets past that hunk of junk. He knew exactly how I would have responded if he had done that. I'm close, but I don't have the card I need to take him down once and for all. Come on, big man. Don't let me down. Thanks for nothing, shithead. I guess I'll just have to take a chance and hope this card can buy me at least one more turn. I'll set this card face down on the field and end my turn.
To dare set a monster against my Chaos Giant. Your balls must truly be enormous, Mr. President.
They don't call me Big B for nothing.
If only you ran your country as well as you run your mouth.
Hey!
Once again, I'll activate Howitzer's effect to inflict damage to your life points. Next, I'll switch Howitzer into attack position and proceed to battle. Don't forget, My Chaos Giant's second ability grants it the power to inflict piercing damage to your life points.
I'm aware.
Good. Now destroy his face down, my beast. Attack him directly, Howitzer. It seems fortune has bought you one last turn, Mr. President. I hope you make it count.
If the heart of the cards haven't abandoned me today, I will. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
You've drawn the card you've been waiting for, Joe. Now show that heartless monster what friendship is all about.
You guys are the best. This one's for you, Benny boy. You ready for this beatdown, Ultron?
Bring it on!
Then tighten your bolts because I'm activating the spell Foolish Burial. And thanks to this card, I can send any monster from my deck straight to the graveyard. And the card I'm choosing is one I'm sure you're more than familiar with. Cyber Dragon. Now I'm sure you're wondering why I did that. Well, the answer's simple. It's so I could summon it straight to the field by using the power of Monster Reborn to revive my mechanical dragon.
Is this supposed to be a tribute to that politically challenged fool? You were so adamant in denying the power of machines, and yet you're clinging to one as we speak.
You may have been right, Ultron. There's no denying that machines have a power that humans may never be able to surpass. But you should also know that what makes machines great are what also makes them fragile.
Excuse me?
Maybe you weren't aware of this, but there's another type of fusion that exists that doesn't require a spell or trap to activate.
Wait, you don't mean...
That's right. I'm talking about contact fusion.
You wouldn't.
Watch me. I now contact fuse my Cyber Dragon along with your Chaos Giant and Howitzer in order to create the one and only Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon.
You dare use my machines as fusion fodder?
Hurts, doesn't it? Well, imagine what Benny Boy must have felt when you toyed with him for your amusement. Now it's time for you to suffer the same pain as I activate Neo's fusion. And with this card, I'm sending Rainbow Dragon and Elemental Hero Neos to the graveyard in order to bring forth the rainbow that will rain down judgment upon you. Say hello to Rainbow Neos.
A minor setback, but this is still well within my calculations.
Is that fear I hear in your circuits?
Nonsense. Your ears must be as decrepit as your body.
Let's see if you can keep up the tough guy act when I activate Rainbow Neos' special ability. Now, by sending the top card of my deck to the graveyard, I can shuffle every card in your grave back into your deck. Meaning if you had something scheming in there, this'll flush it right out.
Curse him. I have no choice. I activate Effect Veiler in my hand, allowing me to discard it in order to negate your Rainbow Neos' ability.
I knew you were hiding something in there, but that won't stop me from ending this duel. Now wipe out the rest of his life points, Rainbow Neos, and avenge Benny Boy once and for all.
Sorry, but your Rainbow Neos won't be avenging anyone as I banish Electromagnetic Turtle from my graveyard, allowing me to negate your attack and immediately end your battle phase.
You may have survived that round, Ultron, but you and I both know that without your Chaos Giant, you've got no chance of standing up to my Rainbow Neos. So take the final countdown of your defeat, Ultron. You've lost.
Lost? Me? A superior being such as myself? Absurd. Never. Improbable. Impossible. Impossible.
What the hell?
Switching to Chaos mode.
Chaos what now?
I draw. By reducing its attack points to 0, I can normal summon Night Express Knight without tributing. And since an Earth Machine monster was summoned, I can special summon Heavy Freight Train Delacrane.
Those aren't ancient gear monsters. What the hell are you trying to do?
I now overlay my 2 rank 10 machine monsters in order to Xyz summon Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max.
You surprised me there, Rust Bucket. I never knew you had an Xyz monster, but that overgrown catapult can't even beat my Fortress Dragon, let alone my Rainbow Neos.
It doesn't need to, you walking corpse.
I beg your pardon?
By using one overlay unit, my Dreadnought Rail Cannon can inflict 2,000 points of direct damage to your life points, and with only 1,400 life points left.
That means I'm a goner.
I told you I would teach you the meaning of despair, Mr. President. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. I believe you said you wanted a countdown.
No, I didn't.
Very well then. 3, 2, 1, die!
God damn! Well, ladies and gents, as much as I hate to call it, the winner of today's epic duel is Ultron. And boy, what a fucking match that was. Don't you agree, Tom?
Absolutely, JB. That was one of the most intense and electrifying duels I've ever witnessed.
What did I tell you, fellas? Nixon knows how to pick 'em.
You're seriously still rooting for that piece of scrap metal, Richie?
But of course. I've long since abandoned any delusions of humanity, especially after the 2008 recession. But as far as robots go, this Ultron fellow is an absolute beast.
I ain't gonna deny Ultron's victory, but I gotta know what the hell Biden was thinking, not attacking Ultron's ballista with his wake-up hero.
That's the thing, JB. He wasn't thinking, and you can thank Ultron for that. He taunted Biden by insulting his sunrise, knowing Joe wouldn't let that slide. Biden got distracted and forgot about Wake-Up's multi-attack ability.
It was a classic case of letting one's emotions take over strategy. And even if Biden hadn't fallen for it, Ultron still had electromagnetic turtle in his graveyard, which would have negated Biden's attack anyway.
Damn. So Benny Boy was screwed either way, huh?
It appears so. I also believed in Biden's chances until Ultron activated that chaos mode and completely took over the game. His Super Dreadnought rail cannon Gustav Max play at the end there was truly a masterful maneuver.
For real. That shit was terrifying, man. He did Biden even dirtier than what Kendrick Lamar did to Drake last week.
I'll be bumping Not Like Us for quite a while. Man, that shit's catchy.
Agreed.
Preach. Anyway, why don't we get some parting words from our winner? Hello?
It appears Ultron has declined to wanting to give an interview.
A man of a few words. I like that.
Well, if the Terminator doesn't want to speak, let's try getting some words from our loser today. Okay, seriously, what the fuck?
It also appears that Biden has declined wanting to speak.
Sucks for you, JB.
Can it, Richie? I didn't want to hear those fuckboys talk anyway. You down for some poker after this, Richie?
Oh, bring it on. I'd never turn down a game to cheat. I mean, fairly win some money.
That's the spirit. Go ahead, Tom, take us out.
Gladly. Well, everyone, that was an incredible duel, and while he put up an impressive fight, it seems Biden was unable to obtain his revenge against the sentient AI, as Ultron will be advancing on to the semifinals. That's all for today's show, folks. Stay tuned for the next episode that will conclude the quarterfinals, as we have Barack Obama taking on Snoop Dogg. Tom Lively out.
All right.